So one of my favorite ways to warm up your hips before your workout is with a mini band lateral walk. So you're gonna put the band right around your ankles, get your feet about hip width apart, and we're gonna step side to side. Now when you step, it's important to step by pushing your knee out rather than your foot out. So you're gonna step 10 steps one way, 10 steps the other way, driving the knees out every time you step, getting those hips firing. A lot of us suffer from tight hips, especially if you've been sitting in a chair all day, if you've been sitting in a car a lot. So one of the great ways to stretch your hips is right here on the wall. So what you're gonna do is put one knee on a pad, your back foot is gonna go up on the wall. We want a 90-degree angle in the front leg, and we wanna focus on driving this point on your pelvis straight ahead. So we're actually gonna push ourselves forward, and there should be a nice pull right through here. Probably feel a little bit like a pinch depending on how tight you are. If you are really tight, you might not be able to get this close to the wall. You're gonna have to move yourself forward a little bit. But remember, stay nice and tall and try to push that point of your pelvis straight forward. Another easy way to warm up your hips before you work out is gonna be the fire hydrant exercise. So on all fours, you wanna make sure you have a nice flat back, and one leg at a time, you're gonna raise it out to the side. So you go up and back down and back down on the other side. You want to do 10 reps on each side. If you want to make it a little bit more advanced, straighten the leg out and do the same thing. So it's going to be up and hold and back down. You can do the same thing 10 on each side when you do that one. A great stretch for your hips, going to stretch the back side of your hips and your glutes, is going to be the pigeon stretch. So you're going to put one leg in front of you like so, and then straighten out the other leg from behind. See it from a side angle. One leg in front, the other leg comes straight, and you're going to lean over it, stretching all down the back side of your hips and in the glutes. Another great warm-up on the ground for your hips is going to be the Spider-Man stretch with a reach. So you start push-up position. You're going to bring one leg forward, right up next to the hand, and then reach that same arm up in the air. You can intensify the stretch by looking up as you reach, and then also driving this leg out. When you do this, do 5 reps on each side, being sure to hold the stretch for about 1 to 2 seconds when you hit that position. Another variation of the fire hydrant is to include a circular motion when you go up. So this time you bring your leg actually out first and create a circle as you come back around. It's another great way to loosen up those hips before your workout. If you find that your inner thighs are really tight, the adductor rainbow stretch is a great stretch for you. You're going to spread your knees out a little bit farther this time when you're on the floor. Lean yourself over, and all I want you to do is literally turn your belly button one way, and then turn your belly button back the other way. So there's not a lot of movement when you're doing this stretch. It's simply just going to be turn the hips, and you feel a big stretch on your inner thighs. Once your hips are a little bit warmed up and you feel a little bit more stretched out, we want to start to take our warm-up into a more dynamic movement setting. So for this, we're going to do the Cossacks Quad. You might not be able to reach the bottom position, but if you can actually put a bench in front of you, or you can hold on to some straps to help you out. So you're going to start with your legs in a split position. You're going to drop to one side, allowing your foot on the opposite leg to turn up. You'll come back to your start, drop to the other side, doing the same thing, allowing that foot to turn up, and you go back and forth. You can do 5 to 10 repetitions on each side. It's another great way to open up the hips and really loosen yourself up. So if you want to take your hip flexor stretches a little bit farther, make it a little bit more advanced, we're going to incorporate the use of a band. So the first one I'll show you is you're going to put one leg in the band. You want to bring it all the way up as high as you can, and then you're going to drop that knee to the floor. So what the band is going to do is create traction in your joint, and it's actually going to pull your leg forward. You want to assist it and push with it. So it's going to give you that extra pull as you push, and you're going to get a little bit more intense stretch right here in the hip. You can hang out here for about 20 to 30 seconds, and you can do it on both sides. A great stretch you can do with the band to work on your squat and really open up the hips is to actually squat into the band. So with this, we're going to take both feet inside the band, put it right below our butt, and use this to assist our squat into a deep position. The tension of the band is going to put traction on the hips and actually pull your pelvis into the proper position, so you'll be able to get down lower and keep yourself more upright. So if you're having a bit of trouble getting to that low position in a squat, try out the banded squat to get yourself warmed up. A more advanced version to stretch out your adductors or your inner thighs is going to be using the band. So you're going to put one leg in the band, bring it up nice and high again, go down to all fours. So once you're on all fours, the band is going to create tension again in the joint capsule, and you want to push against it. So you're going to push your hips away from the band, hold for about 10 seconds, and then go back in. You can repeat this about 5 times on each side and really stretch out that inner thigh. So give it a shot. If your groin's tight, this can be a big help. I don't know what to do. Hold on. What do we do? And then you want to play. I know. You want to wrestle. You want to wrestle me? You want to fight? Do you want to fight? Oh. Ooh. Crazy. You're crazy dog. Cool.